Yes, yes, we've got two people in. I'm just setting up, putting the link out to everyone now. But yes, yes, let me know how your day's going. Got a fucking football match going on outside. I can hear the drummer. Don't know if you can hear that. Bit of drum and bass. Is that the right link? Yeah, boom. That's what we're waiting on at the minute. There's no news today. Nothing at all. Well, nothing high risk anyway. See what medium folder news. New loans from CNY. What the fuck is CNY? I ain't got a fucking clue. Let me Google that. China, Chinese yuan. I was thinking China, but I didn't think I had the Chinese filter on. Doesn't really affect me. I guess it affects America, which affects everyone. But yeah, nothing. No news. So I'm expecting it to be quite boring today. This is one of them hardcore, usual trading days that most people get bored of, and that's why they don't stick it out. But I mean, we've got a solid setup right here. Asian session low is broken. It's a bit too late for that to sweep. It didn't sweep the Asian low, but it caused a change of character there. That probably faked a lot of people out. I know a lot of people that would have bought either off of this, expecting it to go higher, or bought off of this retracement, expecting it to push. But in reality, it didn't actually sweep that Asian low, so you didn't really have that confluence to do that. Whereas us, we've waited for the break below, which has left a huge fair value gap. We're looking for that to recover and then carry on the sell-off. We're also, on a day trade perspective, still in this short. TP1's been hit on that, so we're still bearish. Still bearish EU overall, and that level pushing down today will hopefully hit our TP2, and we'll make a nice 4.75% from that move. But for the purpose of this live, we're intraday, and we're looking at the little heartbeat of the market, how we can trade that instead. So trades within trades. If we look on GU, you don't really have the same reaction to the EMA. You've got the same waves. EMA is being respected, but I'm liking EU more just because we've actually tapped it 3 times so far. Looking on the 10 minute, on the 50 EMA, which is basically the 5 minute with the 100 EMA. Like this. Same thing, just simpler. I might look on the 5 minute so we can see more candles. Depending on how fast this pushes up, we could enter off the 78.6, get a bigger trade, but we'll see. See how this one lines up. Yeah, it's just not as good a setup. The EU setup looks a lot better, but we'll see. Hi bro, what is the EMA setting? I use the 50 EMA, but if you saw what I did with my time frames there, I kind of manipulate having double time frames. So I'll use the 50, the 100, they're like my main 2 EMAs, but usually I just have the 50 on and just like either go from 5 minutes to 10 minutes. But in reality, this one's 100 EMA, so I'll just show you my settings. So I only just use 2, 50, 100, like this, 50, 100. But I don't like having multiple on at the same time. I just like having one line on. So I've made a video before about like you can just look on the 10 minute and have the 50 EMA on, and that's the same as having this 100 EMA on the 5 minute. But for the purpose of this live, you know, I can just show you the 100 EMA like this and just have it as one clean line. I just don't like being one of those guys that has like fucking a million different lines on their chart and they're like trying to figure out when this one overlaps this one and this happens and shit. Like it's not all bullshit, but it's just not price action. Whereas just having a nice clean chart, seeing the candlesticks print is really what matters. Yeah, this one's a lot better. EU. Alright, Bosh. So yeah, while I'm here waiting for that, set an alert there, go over my other positions, see what else is happening in the markets. So Euro, let's take that line off. Euro USD, so we're looking at this to sell off in line with our day trade, swing trade, whichever you want to call it. In terms of looking for stacked positions and re-entries on the 15 minute or the 1 hour, we've printed 5 waves right now. So from this correction, which you could say, probably say A, B, C. Although that's not the best looking way to show the ABC, it's probably the most in line with fib levels, because you could look at this and say, isn't this just like a series of higher lows and stuff like this? But when you're talking about Elliott waves, it really comes down to which fib levels are they meeting and which are like the most clear and distinct ones. So you got this low to this high, which did actually pull back to the 38.2. So you could say that's the A wave, that's the B wave. And then from there, this would be your C wave. Even though it's a double top, it's sort of like one last wave. So this is your like A, B, C, which is your counter trend wave, because it's moving against the overall trend. Now that that's broken, got this breaker structure, so that broke. Now the impulse wave, or the waves that are just in line with the trend, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those already. So we've already had 5 waves print in the direction of the trend, which is a telltale sign that it's like too obvious now. Like if you're looking for sells at this level all the way down here, you have to think about all the guys like me who already sold all the way up here. And the more that price goes down and down and down and down and down, the more guys like me are taking our profit. So I've already took half of my position out at this level, and so did a lot of other people. That's why you saw the wick from all the buy orders getting flooded back into the market. I've taken half my profits already. When the price gets to this level, I'm taking out more of my profits. When price gets to this level, I'm taking out more of my profits. So the guys like me who get in early at the top of these trends, the more price keeps going down and keeps going down, and it becomes more obvious that price is going down, we're taking our profits. We're pumping buy orders back into the market by closing our positions. So when you're looking at a trending market, you really have 5 waves. So you saw it again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After this, like, it can't just keep printing like that forever. Usually after you've had the 5 waves, like, your opportunity is done. It just becomes too obvious that price is going down. Number one, that's like a beginner way to think of it. But what's actually happening is that if price is so oversold, the only thing that can happen is those short orders turn into long orders, which is what I've just described there, where the guys that get in at the start of the trend are just cashing in their profits and changing into sellers, you know. Because if you place a sell, when you close and take your profits, you know, you're now becoming a buyer technically, because you're pumping buy orders back into the market. So that's what happens. So after I've seen 5 waves, like even if you didn't count that as a wave, you could do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this would be the 5th wave. So as soon as I see those 5 waves in the direction, you need to sort of wait for a correction in the market, which would be in the form of like an ABC correction. This forms there. This will basically take out liquidity in the market, so this will sweep those previous highs, fill in all the imbalance, and then from there you start a new fresh 5-wave cycle. So yeah, not looking for any more shorts on like a day trading perspective until we have that correction. I'm going to draw this trend line on there just to sort of measure that correction, see if it sweeps that trend line liquidity. But I'm not trying to re-enter off of that at all. I'm waiting to actually see that get broken and sweep out some sellers. GU's been on fire. I kind of wish I took the GU instead of EU. The reason I took EU is because it's a 6.3, whereas GU is given a 4.5, but that 4.5 has been hit, and we've got like re-entries off of it as well, which has been pretty cool. But yeah, all 5 waves on GU have also been fulfilled. Take some of these lines off so it's not as confusing, or just cleaner. I want to see this. I want to see this trend line get broken as a correction. Sweep out some sellers that get in late, and then correct to the downside if we are looking for sells to the downside. If this breaks above and has a break of substructure above, we could even start looking for buys. But obviously that's just hypothetical. But GU's been fucking selling off. How much is that? Coming up to like 500 pips sell off, and it's only really retraced back to like the 38.2. So those sellers are going to turn into buy orders when they're cashing in. It's going to pump price higher, cause it to retrace. We could catch some entries on the long side, but let's see how everything else is doing. Oh, don't want that. EU, GU, AU. That AU short would have hit TP3 now. Oh no, it wouldn't, sorry, it didn't actually tap in. Came so close, but it didn't. Been a little bit greedy on that one. Didn't actually place it because I'm already in EU, and I'm pretty sure it was on NFP. But just testing the strategy for sake. Got a 5R there. That's when we took the EU trade as well. Again, EU was like 6R, so I took that instead. EU is really short as well at the moment. For everyone that's just joined, this is what we're waiting on right now. Euro USD, waiting for that to come back up a little bit, show some rejection. Fill this fair value gap, huge one. Retap the EMA that's already been tapped 3 times. And then sell off. This would be a nice 3.35. Just waiting on that. See what happens. Need to update the VIP on this breaker structure actually. that's an update. Let's keep going over. Let's keep going over everything else. Everything's pretty oversold against the dollar right now, and we've been cashing in on it. Believe me, we made 8R last week. It's just about now it's kind of like too oversold, so you want to wait for a correction a little bit. This was AU, so we firstly had again this sort of ABC, wherever you want to call it, ABC correction, double top, break of structure, another break of structure, another break of structure from that, third break of structure, and then again another break of structure. So like there's only so many times, well 5, as soon as you hit 5 waves in the trend direction, it's kind of oversold, and you want to see an ABC correction, which is basically 1, 2, 3 waves up that swipe out some liquidity in some previous highs, and then that's when you want to see another 5 waves down. This is Elliott waves theory, works pretty well. It's not perfect. Sometimes you might see 6 waves, 7 waves in the trend direction, and that's fine. If anything, it's more profit for us because we always get in off like the first 3 at least, at most, sorry. So when that happens, it's more profit for us, but you don't really want to be trading in that trend direction after you've seen 5 waves, because it is likely that it will reverse and that ABC correction will take out your stop. So it's important to understand Elliott waves if you're trading with the trend. Even if you're not trading with the trend, I mean, fucking hell, if you're counter trading, yeah, you need to know them even more, to be honest. But yeah, not looking for anything else on AU right now till we have that correction. I'll mark that out, that's what I want to see. What else? NU. This is played out now. This on Thursday. Again, this first trading week of the year, I've not been too like all guns blazing, because I know the first week of the year can be a little bit hit and miss sometimes. So I've not like took every single trade that I could have. I've just been focused on EU and GU mainly. But we can trade NU and AU, some other dollar pairs as well that are low spread. So here we've got the same thing. There's your ABC. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This has now gone beyond 5 waves. Even if you were to say this is 1 wave, 2, 3, 4, 5, you end up at the same thing. You've had 5 waves, it's kind of oversold. All the shorts are going to be taking their profits around about these levels. That's pumping buy orders back into the market, pushing price higher, correcting the market, and then if price is to continue selling off, then we'll look for a re-entry and a short after that. But yeah, here, this trade, where that came from is we had prices trending in our direction. This was your first break structure. This was your break of substructure. This was your third break of structure. So now we're coming into that last 5th wave that we really want to trade off. You can see we've got this fair value gap here, which is a market inefficiency. So you can see how that was the resistance of this move. And then if we plot the swing high to the swing low down here, we're looking for this 71 level, which was going through that fair value gap. So that's where we took our short from. Stops 1 or 2 pips above the high because we're on the 15 minute. And then we've got, let me put my TP3 level back on for this. Bang. Adjust that a little bit. TP1, TP2, TP3. In total, this is like a 4.2% trade. and then you can see how that level was quite accurate, how it literally whipped through our TP3, which is a 61.8% fib extension. Wick that came up, and it's only just actually came back down through that this morning, about an hour ago. So that kind of shows you the accuracy of fib levels coming from that 71 level down to the 61.8 extension. Dollar Swiss. I think Dollar Swiss is a bit fucking all over the place at the moment, to be fair. Just in this, waiting for this double top to do something. It's in the zone right now. Too high to buy from this stage, waiting for it to break below. Break below, start a new trend. Getting on the new trend. But yeah, as of right now, nothing to trade for me there. Let's bring it back to G. How are we looking on this intraday? It's getting there. It's trying, isn't it? I'm just going to take a quick toilet break. Okay, we're back. Price is getting closer. Got Maribozu candle pushing higher. What's everyone saying? How's trading been going recently? Everyone have a good week last week? If you hear me sniffing something, it's not cocaine, I promise. It's a fucking Thai inhaler. Apparently these things are magic. Inhale as needed. That's the only direction. Relieve nasal congestion due to cold. Menthol. Drug registration number. Oh god. Their company email's fucking hotmail.com. That's not a good sign. Fuck it. What are we looking at here? Can get rid of that. You can. EU. Commodities. Pretty low spread today, since there's no news. It's for like a 16 pip. Need 12.5 lots on that bad boy. I'm gonna Google the rules on streaming on TikTok. Yeah, looks like just trading in general is apparently banned on TikTok. That's why you can't do it on lives. Interesting. I wonder how other people are getting away with it then. They must not be. They must just have get the same thing that I got, where it gets taken down. And you get like an account strike and a shadow ban for a week. Yeah, tricky one. Reading into it is a tricky one. Bit of soda water. Hello, Nexus Knight. Still in the chat? I just went to go get a charger. Yeah, mate, it is a waiting game today. There's zero news today. If you check Forex Factory, there's absolutely nothing going on. There's like some medium risk news about fucking Chinese loans. And that's it. And that's not till fucking 4:30. So yeah. When there's no news, like genuinely it's fucking slow. But this is trading for you, mate. This is a thing. Like realistically, you wouldn't be sat in front of a fucking screen like with this waiting every second. You know what I mean? That's what alerts are for. You just fuck off, go about your day, have your alerts on the chart, and live your life. Like I'm sat here. I've got my other computer screen. Don't get me wrong. I'm just sat here working while I'm waiting. But obviously, I'm on live to show you guys that this shit is real. See what Reversal Scout's doing. Nothing. Still got like an hour and a half left of trading, so it's enough candles for this to happen. Waiting for 2:30 market open on XTI Aerospace and LG Empire Space. Oh, you're trading equities. Nice, man. Equities trading can be good. especially when there's shit like that happening with the company. Exactly. Yeah, mate. The equities market is what I started in as well. That's where I started, and then I moved to crypto, and then I moved to forex eventually. Forex is lot more stable, I'd say. Like there's moves every single day. But yeah, I started in equities as well. Sort of like value investing, and then it changed to trading CFDs, a bit more fast paced. And then yeah, like you say, when you can see stuff's happened to a company, you can sort of get in on the heartbeat of the stock, get some nice positions on, but it's a little bit harder to trade than Forex. Forex is a lot more reliable. It's like a zero sum game. Someone's either a buyer or a seller. Do I only trade London? No, I don't. I trade London and New York. It's just my intraday. This is my intraday strategy. So I only use this in London. But you can see from the charts that I day trade, I swing trade as well, which is a bit more round the clock. But usually with day trading and swing trading, it's like limit orders and just letting price come to you. Whereas intraday is a bit more fast paced. You know, the ticker candle, you actually see it moving when you're on like the 1 minute, 5 minute. So London's the one that I'm a bit more aggressive on, where I'll sit down and actually trade. And then for my day trading and swing trading, it's more just like setting alerts, setting limit orders, and then price. If price happens, then price happens, rather than trying to chase anything. No limit order, James. Waiting for rejections. Need rejections from this at least a 61.8. Advice, tips for starting in Forex. I'd say it all comes down to backtesting, to be honest. Just having the data. In terms of from switching from equities to Forex, equities is a lot more fundamental based. FX isn't as fundamental based as people think. People like to be on a high horse and say that, oh, it's very I trade macroeconomics and fundamental data and stuff. But when you're actually trading, not investing, it's not really as news driven. Like if I'm on the fucking 5-minute time frame like I am, and Japan changes their fiscal policy, like it's only going to really kick in when that news is released. It's not going to affect what I'm doing right now in this second. I'm just trading price action and like order flow. Whereas equities is a lot more valuation of the company against the stock price, things that happen to the company that affect shareholder interest and stuff like that. FX is a little bit more of like an actual technical based approach, which I like because it means that you don't have to keep up with the news as much. You can just look at the chart and it's a bit more technical. Obviously there is that element of fundamentals, but it's probably like 10%. Like 90% is just order flow, price playing out, filling imbalances and efficiencies, and fucking market makers taking people's stops out. But if you know how to look at the market like they look at the market, then trade on their side. That's where the money's made. In terms of starting out in trading and trading London session, I always tell people, from my experience, it's best to start out swing trading when you first get into Forex, because price is fractal. Like what I'm doing here, you can do this exact same thing on the higher time frames. Like I've just literally shown you there, like I still do it. And when you're starting out, it's a lot easier to trade on like the 4-hour time frame and above, because you've got so much more time to react. There's so much more data to go off of, and it's not as volatile as this, trading like this on the 5-minute, compared to when you're trading the same setups on the 4-hour or above, or like the daily and above. It's a lot more calmer, it's a lot more slow paced, it's not as time dependent. Like you've not got like a 1-minute time frame to get your entry like you do on like the 1-minute and the 5-minute. Sometimes you can have a whole day's worth where you can still enter and it's valid when you're day trading and swing trading. So I'd say start off on the higher time frames, mate. 4-hour and above. Learn that, get comfortable with that. Then work your way down to like the 1-hour, 30-minute, 15-minute, and then go on like the 1-minute and 5-minute, which is a bit more hardcore. Because it's mainly about psychology, holding your nerve, waiting, patience. And when you're on these time frames and you've got that tick candle playing out, like each of these candles is printing every 5 minutes, and you're watching that, so it can really play on your mind. Compared to when you're trading on the 4-hour, like I said, you're sort of just waiting on your alerts to be hit, you're waiting on key levels to be broken, you're waiting on a limit order to get tagged in. You're not really manually executing much. Not manually, market executing much. So I would say start off on your swing time frames, then work down to day trading, then intraday trading. Whereas if you just hop straight into like trading London session and intraday trading or day trading, might be a bit too much too soon. But it depends. If you back tested enough, you're confident with your strategy, you can hold your nerve, you can have the patience to wait for your entries, and you might be alright. I think that's the main thing, is just having that extensive amount of back testing and market experience and stuff like that, so that you actually know when something's happening right in front of your eyes that it's the right thing, and you're not second guessing yourself about stuff. And that shit just comes from experience and time. And it doesn't have to be experience of live trading either. Like, you can have back tested a lot and seen the same setup play out over and over and over again, and then it just becomes second nature. And you have the confidence then that as this is playing out in front of your eyes, I'm comfortable with the fact that this trade could lose. I've seen these trades lose 1,000 times. I've seen them win fucking 2,000 times. So I know that the amount that I lose when I lose versus the amount that I win when I win, I'm completely fine with that. Because I know that you add up all of that data and you've made fucking money. Whereas a beginner who doesn't have that extensive amount of data, they might get scared at the fact that it might lose, and they might start changing their strategy around because of that fear, and they're not really in control of their emotions as much to be able to trade properly. I appreciate that, as I've been trying 1 minute. Haha, as you can imagine, I've been jumping on orders that look good on the 1 minute but isn't supported. Yeah, that's the thing, mate. You really need to start off on the higher time frames, because they matter. Like, people have this idea that you can just jump on the 1 minute and like fight in a trade, and that's not how it works. You need top-down analysis, which is where you're looking at where price is being drawn to. So for example, on here, on my day trade, I'm saying that price is bearish. I'm looking for price to come down, and that's on the 4 hour. And then on here, I'm also seeing the same thing, where I'm expecting price to keep dropping lower, sell off. That's supported by the session times. So Asian low's been broken, change of character close beneath it. So we had this break of structure to the upside, but then followed by the change of character again to the downside. Now I'm just waiting on this to keep extending, so refill that imbalance and keep going. And that's where my like higher bias has come from. I've not just like pattern traded and saw some fucking butterfly pattern or whatever they call them on the chart and then take it. It is all supported by sort of like swimming with the tide versus trying to swim against the tide. Like, you're always going to lose swimming against the tide, but if you just swim with the tide, like, it's going to push you in your right direction. You just need to have a model for executing trades that gives you more money when you win than you lose versus when you hit your stop losses. So that's exactly what I've got here. But yeah, hopping on the 1 minute, everyone does it. Everyone thinks that like if you trade on the 1 minute, you're going to have way more trades than you get on the 4 hour, and therefore it's profitable. But that's not always the case. More trades doesn't necessarily mean more profit most of the time. Like most strategies that have a higher volume of trades actually make less money than strategies that just trade like a couple times a week. Like I don't have any strategy that takes more than like fucking 4 trades a week on average. But I see guys out there posting fucking profit shots with like 20 trades a day. And they're just not showing you the days that they lose. Like when they lose fucking hard. Because they'll chase it as well. They'll take like their first few trades and be at a loss, and they'll be like, "No, I need to make money today," and then they keep trading, and just lose all their fucking money. That's not the way to trade. But pound US dollar is confirmed. Nah, doesn't look like it, mate. Not sure exactly what you mean, but if I was trading pound, I'm still waiting on the same retracement. Don't like it as much though, the pound today. Euro looks better. Reason being, the pound, although it's respecting the EMA, it's not actually came into contact with it, apart from this once, compared to Euro. It's had 1, 2, 3 direct rejections from that EMA, so I'm looking at Euro today. However, it is good to look at the pound as well because they're very highly correlated pairs, so it's important to see what's happening on both of them. So, as prices got nearer, here's where I start to look and see is taking the fib from different highs going to give us better entries that still work. For example, we could be looking at something like this instead. It's now 4.9 if this is what we look for. I'm not expecting a perfect tap of that EMA, looking at the previous two. Probably will wick above it somewhat. I do also consider the overall fib level from this high to this low, so I want to see it tap this 61.8 at least. So I do bear that in mind when I use like levels like this, where it's not actually the swing high, but it's still a high to take the fib from.
Song 1. Song 2. Song 3. Song 1. Song 2. Song 1. Song Song 1. Song 2. Song 1. Song 2. Song 3. Song 1. Song 2. Song 3. Song 1. Song 2. Song 1. Song 2. Song 3. Song 1. Song 2. Song 3. Song 1. Song 2. Song 3. Song 1. Song 2. Song 3.
Yeah, to be honest, at this stage, it's looking quite unlikely that it's going to pull back to that level. Total pullback so far, it's only hit the 50. It's not hit the 61.8 retracement. But she does want to sell off. I mean, the sell off without us isn't a bad thing, because obviously we're already in sells on our day trade, so price keeps selling off. It's just, going towards our take profit. So it's not even like a bad thing if price sells off without us. It's just not tapped us in for this intraday position just yet. I'm only going to trade for like another 40 minutes. This strategy, and then New York Open effects kind of kick in after 12. So I don't really trade after 12 intraday. It's a bit too close to New York Open. So we've seen a little resurgence on price here. We've got the three white soldiers if this closes as is. I was thinking of calling it. We've got 20 minutes left in the trading range. Well, we'll see what happens, you know, we're on the 5 minutes, so that's only fucking 4 candles left till we can enter. And one of those needs to be a rejection. Maybe 2, I might look for 2 rejections since we're using the 100 EMA. Yeah, I think it is unlikely that I get a trade today from this. But that's just trading, you don't get a trade every day. Some false reality if people think you can just hop on the charts and catch a trade whenever you want. It doesn't work like that. Depends on the market. Like I said, we've got like no news today at all, so it's going to be a pretty boring day in my opinion. There's not going to be much movement. Not enough for me to catch from this anyway, I don't think, but we'll see. We've got another 22 minutes and then I'll end the stream when the range ends, so I'll have to see what happens. Pound US dollar. No, I ain't entering pound dollar. It's not retraced enough, it's on like the 50. Retrace back to the 50. Good luck with it though, mate, if you're entering on that. It's getting quite close to New York Open. No, I don't see anything on the cable. This one looks a lot better. It's just getting too late to take it, I'd say. Great opportunity to exercise patience and discipline. Yeah, definitely. It's one of those things, people People think you can just hop on the chart and just like get a trade within 10 minutes. Whereas like some days, if you're trading properly, you should hop on and then not be a trade. And it might test you to want to take a trade and stuff like that, and you force it, and that's when you go against your rules. And that's why some people don't make money. But here, we've got 18 minutes left of the trading range. I'm doubtful that we'll get a trade. It's probably toying with us last minute, but I don't think it's going to come all the way up here, show some rejections from the 71, and then tap us in within the next 3 candles. I do doubt it. And ultimately, that's fine. It's absolutely fine to hop on the charts and not get a trade. Like, if you really want to fix your gambling habit, just fucking go to the casino afterwards. Spin the wheel. Get a trade that way. But that ain't how you make money in Forex. Go get a fucking scratch card or something. No, I'm very doubtful. 12 minutes left. It doesn't look like that's going to come up and reject the zone before an entry, so I think it's probably time to end the stream here, to be honest. I tried NQ for my fix, yeah, but but yeah, I mean, I've got like fucking 5+ strategies that I trade all at the same time. Like, I've got my intraday, got my day trading, I've got the reversal scout, Pine script. I've got like 2 different automated strategies that I run on just low risk and let them tick in the background. I've got another one that I run on high risk and kind of manage that. That's a bit of a gamble.